morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you guys are watching this video. Track stopping back at y'all with another one. Thank you for tuning in to 808s and Kicks. So today we had not one but two pair of Jordans released today. We had the Air Jordan 1 One Love, and we also had the Flint 13s, which we're about to get into. I'll probably be putting this video up on the Jordan 1s sooner than later, but what I really want to get into before I even do a video for these bad boys is those Flint 13s. I'm hearing a lot of mixed opinions on them, and you know what, that's one thing that I will say, that's what separates us all in the sneaker community, you know. People being true to what they really feel about a pair of sneakers versus people that are just following something because of the hype and all the attention that a pair of sneakers will get. But being that this is pretty much considered like one of the OGs, I'm here to talk about it, do a little bit of comparing, and yeah, let's go and get into things. So with all that being said, let's get those bad boys out and get on into it. All right, guys, here we have them here, and of course, one thing I will say before I even get these bad boys out the box, I like that they put these in the old school box here, you know, that gray box. You know, can't complain about it, can't be mad at it at all. Very, very nice. It's just all silver, gray silver with your red Jumpman on top of it. You know what I mean? Nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy. I did get these in a size 9. I went true to size on these. I've worn other pairs of Air Jordan 13s, and I've gone true to size in them, and putting a force field in them as well. It hasn't done me anything bad on my foot. I've heard some people saying going down half a size. Now, if you don't plan on wearing a pair of force fields in them to keep them from creasing, you might be able to wiggle, you know, have a little bit of wiggle room and go down to 8.5, or not 8.5 for me, go down a half a size. But for me, I went true to size because when I do put these bad boys on, I do plan on putting a force field in them just to keep them bad boys looking crisp and fresh, you know, for as long as I can. But jumping right back into things, let's go and get these bad boys out the box. So upon opening up the box, nothing too crazy, nothing too special going on under the lid. It's just all white. These do get your plain wrapping paper. You don't see nothing that says they're a Jordan, no Nike swoosh, nothing. Just that plain wrapping paper. Let's go and get these bad boys out so we can really get into things. All right, guys, so we have them fresh out the box here. This is our Air Jordan 13 Flints 2026 edition. Now, like I was saying in the beginning of this video, guys, there have been a lot of mixed opinions on these. One is that a lot of people are saying that they feel like these came back a tad bit too soon. To be honest with you, I can't argue that. When you have certain colorways in like the OG pair of Jordans, usually we see a little bit longer of a little bit larger of a gap in terms of when they will bring them back. Like, you know, for me, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if we have, say, I feel like bringing them back 10 years, yeah, at least having that 10-year gap in between, in my opinion, is cool. You know, or even if it's longer, you know, we've seen some pairs not come back for like plus 15 years or whatever. The reason I say the 10-year gap in between releasing a shoe and bringing it back is perfectly, I feel like it's a perfect amount of time, because you get a pair of sneakers today, you wear them, or, you know, whatever, you have them. Obviously, sneakers are going to age over time. You know, certain pairs that are white, they're going to get that yellowing. Soles might separate. Soles might crumble. It depends on how you take care of the shoes and how you store them, of course. But I feel like giving it a 10-year gap in between is perfect, is a perfect enough amount of time so that people will wear the pair of shoes out, and then they'll need another pair down the line. And then, you know, that gives it perfect amount of time. But that's just me. Other than that, let's go on and get into it. So, jumping right back into things, this is our 2026 edition of these bad boys. There is a few change ups on this versus the 2010 pair that I own. Me personally, if I had the 2020 pair, I probably wouldn't have got these because, yeah, like I just feel like it'd have been too soon. My 2010 pair is still in great condition. The reason I got these is because the 2010 pair does not have the 3M panel on these like the 2026 pair, or should I say the 2020 pair as well. I keep mentioning that pair. Let me go on and pull those bad boys out so we can just get a side-by-side small comparison of them. All right, guys, so here we have the 2010 pair. The box, of course, you guys are gonna see is different. It has that Jordan name on the back and on the front, and up top you get your silver, or should I say your chrome Jumpman sign. Bottom of the box is different too. This whole box is different than what we got in the 2026 pair. Open these bad boys up, there's nothing too crazy going on. Underneath the lid is different. Now, these also do get plain wrapping paper just like these. None too crazy, none too much of a change up. Let's pull them out the box right quick, do them side by side, just to do a little small comparison. Let's get it. All right, guys, here we have them both side by side, 2010, 26. First things first, I will say, now, this pair does not have the 3M panel up top like this pair does. But if you look closely, there's a very much difference in the shade. The 2010 pair has a lighter shade of blue than this 2026 pair. Yeah, crazy. The Jumpmans on the tongue are extremely different as well. So looking at the 2010 pair, the Jumpman seems a little bit more detailed versus the 2026 pair. The Jumpman on the 2026 pair seems a bit tumbled versus versus the Jumpman on the 2010 pair is very detailed. And you know, I'm pretty sure it's kids that watch this video sometimes, so I'm not gonna some of my videos, so I'm not gonna get too explicit with it. But if you look at this Jumpman closely, you can see the detail that I'm talking about. How when you see Jordan spreading his legs, I'm just gonna leave it just that right there. I'm not gonna go no further. But if you look at that Jumpman, you do see the detail that I'm talking about. Put them bad boys close to each other, you will see the difference in the tongue on the 2010 pair versus the tongue on the 2026 pair. You definitely see a major difference in those two. Definitely a difference in those two. Another thing that's different with these as well, behind this tab on the 2010 pair, it says Jordan as well. Hopefully my camera can pick that up. If not, I do apologize in advance, guys. But behind this tab, it does say Jordan. It says Jordan on the front of this tab, and it also says Jordan. It's kind of like blacked out on the back of this tab. Versus the 2026 pair, it's nothing going on the back of this tab either. It's just plain. You get Jordan on this one, and this one is just plain. Now, of course, you guys see a little bit of yellowing in the shoelaces, of course. This pair seems it's got some age on it, you know. Excuse me. This pair has definitely got some age on it. So, of course, it's not going to be looking all crisp and clean fresh out the box. The tongue on the 2010 pair sits a tad bit higher as well. Excuse me. So, if you look at these bad boys here, I'm going to put them next to each other again. That tongue on the 2010 pair sits way higher than the tongue on the 2026 pair sits. You see that? And look at that, much of a difference. Look how big that tongue is versus this tongue. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Not just the blue upper shade is different, the suede is obviously different as well. It has a darker bit of a shade on this one versus the 2026 pair. The shade of the nubuck is lighter. So you have 2010 pair that I'm tapping right here, and on the bottom you have the 2026. You definitely see the difference in that nubuck. One is lighter than the other. Even with the bottom of the sneakers as well, is much of a difference. Now with the bubble on the bottom, it's not too crazy a difference. The bubble on the 2026 pair is a little bit darker versus the bubble on the 2010 pair is not really that noticeable. But if you look at the arch, right? That herringbone, or should I say that, I'm sorry, not the herringbone, but it's like that carbon fiber type. The 2010 is lighter than we get in the 26 pair. You could definitely see the difference in those two. The shades are definitely different. Definitely different. Definitely different, guys. Now I will say with the material that's used in this particular pair versus this pair, I will say the material doesn't seem so rough in the 2010 pair versus the material that's used in the 26 pair. And just touching that tongue, touching that toe box, it's got that tumbled leather on the 26 pair. But for the 2010, yes, I did have a force field in these, but the creasing would definitely have been a little bit better in the 2010 pair versus the 26. You know, you can just put them, if you put them side by side, like if you have both pairs and you're touching them, you're definitely gonna notice a difference. And now that we're talking about the toe box as well, the toe box on the 2010 pair is a bit more spaced out versus the shape of the toe box on the 26 pair. So if you guys look closely, I'm gonna show you the 2010 pair, and I'm looking at the 26 pair. Putting them close side by side, you can definitely see a slight difference in them. That toe box has much more of a wide look versus the toe box of the 26 pair that doesn't have as much of a wide look to it. So it's little small things in these two pairs of sneakers that we got going on. Now, of course, we're not going to talk about these bad boys, putting them side by side, comparing them without talking about the insoles as well. So on the 26 pair, you get your Dream Cell insole, and I've talked about the Dream Cell insole in a lot of my other videos about how it adds just a little bit more comfort. It's very soft, of course, but in the 2010 pair, you don't get a Dream Cell insole. This insole is very tough. There are different colors as well. This is the 2010, and of course the Jumpman has worn off on the insole because obviously I've worn these a few times. 26 pair, you get that Jumpman. You also get a blue insole as well. So I feel like the winner in this one in terms of comfort is definitely gonna go to these bad boys due to the fact that that Dream Cell insole is meant to give you that extra small little bit of comfort. And you know, I don't play basketball in my Jordans. I wear them a lot for the casual, and if I'm wearing these bad boys all day and I'm walking around, after a few hours you want something that's not going to be too hard on the foot. So I do appreciate that they hooked it up with the Dream Cell insole in this year's pair. Now, all in all, I honestly probably wouldn't have got this pair if I had the 2020 pair. I have the 2010, which is way more than 10 years. This is about a 16-year-old shoe. Not bad in terms of me still keeping it in great condition. It's still, I can still wear it. I don't see any sole separation. It's not crumbling or anything. But I know this pair is not gonna last me forever. I will say that. So when these go down, I will have this pair to pick me up. You know, nice, crisp, fresh out the box. And plus, this has the 3M hits on it, while this pair does not have the 3M on it. Yeah. So back to the 2010 box, of course, and you guys see the sticker that I have on here. You know, I'll put pictures on a lot of my boxes. The retail price on these back in the days were 160 bucks. 160 bucks for a pair of these back in 2010. You guys don't believe me? Hold up, let me put, there we go. Let me put it right there. Just for your reference, if you guys don't believe me, you can see that 160 price tag on these sneakers, man. Crazy how Nike be hiking the prices up, you know? Crazy how they be hiking the prices up. These bad boys were selling for like $215 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I noticed the price range for these are well over 200 and something bucks. The price range on the 2010 pair that I got is nowhere near as much as these. But I'm not gonna talk you guys' heads off. We're gonna take a closer look at these bad boys, and then we are going to wrap this bad boy up. We've seen this particular colorway in Air Jordan 13 get retroed plenty of times. Here we have, back like they never left, the Air Jordan 13 Flint. With this navy blue and neutral gray colorway all throughout the shoe, holographic 23 that is inspired by a panther's eye, herringbone traction underneath the shoe, giving you that wonderful traction to keep your fadeaways tight, just like Air Jordan himself. This is one for those that are fans of the Air Jordan 13, or if you just love the Flint colorway. So what do you guys think? Are you a fan? Or are you not a fan? Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, there you have it, a look at this year's Air Jordan 13 Flints. This is our 2026 edition. Not a bad sneaker in my opinion. Of course, the Flint 13 is always going to be a sneaker that a lot of sneakerheads like. Now, of course, you know, let's be honest, not everybody is a fan of the 13s. I feel like this pair, this colorway became very popular when they seen Kobe Bryant wearing these bad boys, you know, back in the day, so on and so forth. I've always been a fan of these because, for one, blue is my favorite color, and I actually do rock with certain pairs of the 13s, you know. But I would love to know a thing or two from what you guys think. Like I said, drop something in the comment box. And if you may, hit that subscribe button as well so you can stay up to date on the latest and greatest when I'm dropping something new. You guys always coming by here, checking me out, showing some love, and putting comments on the videos. The least I can do is respond to you guys as best as I can when you guys do put your opinions on these videos or whatever so forth you like saying. But not to talk you guys heads off too much, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Stay blessed, stay fresh, love your loved ones like it's no tomorrow. Until then, I'm gonna see you all very, very soon on the next one. Peace.